The wind field from the storm is very large, and we expect impacts to stretch far beyond the center track, including tropical storm force winds as far north as Jacksonville. Winds are the main concern with Nicole, but we also expect to see some heavy rains, the potential for flash flooding, and 3 to 5 feet of storm surge in some areas. Palm Beach, Martin, St. Lucie, Indian River, Brevard, and Volusia counties are currently under a hurricane warning. 49 additional counties are under tropical storm watches or warnings. Evacuation orders have been issued at the county level on the east coast of Florida in counties including Brevard, Flagler, Martin, Palm Beach, St. John, St. Lucie, and Volusia counties. Obviously, that is zone specific, so make sure you know your zone and pay attention and listen to the local officials. People in the impacted areas should continue to pay close attention as the storm progresses. I think we know these things can be dynamic, and so please exercise that diligence. For those under evacuation orders, remember, you don't need to go hundreds of miles away. Instead, you can go tens of miles inland, stay within the state, and still be safe. Now, we're ready. We have more than enough resources to respond to this storm. On Monday, I declared a state of emergency for 34 counties so that communities had ample time to prepare for the storm. Kevin and his team have been in constant communication with both utility and fuel industry partners, including FPL, Duke Energy, TECO, municipal electric providers, and rural electric co-ops. There are 16,000 linemen staged to immediately begin power restoration efforts, and Floridians in the path of the storm should expect, to see power outages when you're having these gusty conditions. There'll be debris that will affect power lines and the transmission lines, and so just be prepared for that. These folks are staged, and they will obviously proceed to do a restoration as rapidly as possible. But you should prepare to have some outages. The Florida National Guard has activated 600 guardsmen, and we have 7 urban search and rescue teams on standby and ready to respond if needed. 15 shelters are opening today along the east coast of Florida. There are 17 school districts that are closed or that dismissed early today ahead of the storm, and a total of 23 school districts will be closed tomorrow. For an updated list of school closures, visit fldoe.org/storminfo, fldoe.org. Please continue to monitor your local weather service for updates, and please make sure to finish any outstanding preparations. Visit floridadisaster.org/get-a-plan if you need more information. And again, this is likely going to be a storm that you're already seeing gusts now, but in terms of it making landfall, the best estimate is very, very early Thursday morning, 2 a.m. And it will affect the state, huge parts of the state of Florida, pretty much all day on Thursday. Okay, Kevin Guthrie, Division of Emergency Management.
Thank you, Governor. Thank you for your support and your leadership. Tropical Storm Nicole, as the Governor just said, is expected to make landfall as a hurricane on Florida's east coast overnight tonight. This will bring significant coastal flooding, strong winds, storm surge, heavy rain, beach erosion, and isolated tornadoes. Due to the size of the storm, strong wind gusts will be felt across the entire Florida Peninsula, Big Bend, and even over into the Panhandle. I urge Floridians statewide to stay indoors in a safe structure and away from the coastline. The next few hours are your last chance to bring in potential damaging items inside before Nicole makes landfall tonight. To say, if you can pick it up, you need to put it up. This includes lawn chairs, plants, grills, outdoor decorations. All of those things should be removed should be removed from outdoors to indoors to limit the amount of flying debris during this storm. If you have any battery-operated or hand-cranked weather radios, now is the time to check those and make sure that you can receive weather alerts during any power outages. If those power outages occur, this will be the best way to ensure that you know what's going on in your local community. As I said, we may have tornadoes. If you get a weather alert for a tornado, stay in the innermost portion of your home, away from windows. Protect your head and body from debris with a blanket, sleeping bag, mattress, or even a bicycle helmet if you may have one. There is a high risk of rip currents statewide. Please, I beg you, do not enter the water during these unsafe conditions. Rip currents are often overlooked, but are very deadly. If there are flash flood warnings in your area, please, it is never safe to walk or drive through flooded areas. Please turn around and do not drown. FDM continues to coordinate with utility companies. As the governor has said, we have more than 16,000 linemen ready to respond to any type of power outages and restoration efforts. If residents should have any questions about resources for Tropical Storm Nicole, I urge them to reach out to their local emergency management office or public safety office. There may come a time during and after the storm that local governments cannot immediately send first responder into harm's way to assist you. So therefore, make sure you have everything that you may need and stay as safe as you possibly can. If you have any questions about the status of the storm, please continue to call our state assistance information line. That number is 1-800-342-3557. For more information regarding Tropical Storm Nicole, you can obviously go to your local emergency management webpage, or you may go to floridadisaster.org/Nicole. That's floridadisaster.org/Nicole, and follow the division on our Facebook and on Twitter at FLSERT or at FLCERT. Again, Governor, thank you so much for your leadership.
Okay, so please just continue to monitor the situation. If you do have power outages and you are using a generator, just please remember when you're using that generator, you cannot have that in your house with the exhaust. You can die from carbon monoxide. So it's got to be outside your home, and that exhaust has got to be going outside. We've had instances where people have had power outages, they use that, and it's in the house, and then we end up having fatalities. And so please be mindful of that. We could have significant power outages, and yes, the linemen are stationed there and they do a good job, as we saw during Hurricane Ian, but the reality is you very well may have a period of time without power. So if you want to connect with the generator, just please follow the proper safety precautions and make sure you're keeping yourself and your family safe. Okay, we'll have more updates later. Thank you.
All right, that was Governor Ron DeSantis live in Tallahassee giving us an update on the state's response to Tropical Storm Nicole. A lot of what he said, our meteorologists have been telling us the last couple of days. This is going to be a wind event. There's going to be a lot of rain here in Southwest Florida. It's not going to be anything like what we saw with Ian, but it is going to be something tomorrow. But the bottom line from the governor is that he says the state has enough resources ready to respond. He says overall the state is ready.
I do want to point out, because when we first started and first joined into that news conference, he was talking a bit about storm surge and the fact that there could be 2 to 3 feet. That's not for here in Southwest Florida. Want to make sure we clear up any confusion. That's on the east coast of our state. Here in Southwest Florida, again, as you said, the impacts are going to be wind and rain. All right, at 10:53, we'll be right back here on Fox 4 Morning News.
Right now, we continue to monitor the very latest here on Tropical Storm Nicole. Just know as you progress throughout the day that it is not only going to be cloudy, but eventually windy and wet. Looks like sunrise time is when our conditions will really continue to deteriorate. Of course, stay with Fox 4 here throughout the day and especially tomorrow.
Yeah, make sure you download the Fox 4 app. You'll get alerts anytime there's something new with Nicole, and you can also check us anytime on our website, fox4now.com.
Have a great day. We will see you tomorrow morning, where we will be here to walk you through the storm as well.